Welcome to the End User Orientation video. This is going to walk you through how to use your new Cloud Workspace environment, how to connect, tips and tricks for getting the most out of that environment, and what to expect over the next few days and weeks. There are two ways to connect to the environment if the machine you are connecting from is a Windows machine. The first is through an HTML5 compatible browser, which includes Chrome, Firefox, and Internet Explorer. The second way is through the End Workspace client, which is an application installed on that computer. Generally, the web browser method is easier to configure because there's nothing you need to install, but the End Workspace client, which you install in your environment or on your computer, has better performance. So there's a little bit of a trade-off there between performance and initial ease of use. In the web browser experience, you simply put in your username and password after going to the URL that your IT team has provided. And you'll be connected into your Windows environment. You can see I now have Windows, Start menu, and all those things running inside of Chrome. I can open up Word, I can connect to read documents off my desktop, I can do all the things I would do in my local environment, but now I'm doing it in a web browser from anywhere that I am. It's useful at this point to point out when you are using the environment and you are done, it's important to log off as opposed to simply closing the window. This will help keep resources freed up for your colleagues to connect. In this case, I'm just going to reconnect in a moment, so I'm not going to log off, but I'll simply disconnect. And then I'm going to move over here to the End Workspace client. You can put in your username. It's going to ask you for your password. Generally, it's not a good idea to click the Remember Me box. You don't want to have somebody else able to connect to your cloud desktop without needing to know your password. As you can see, I'm back in the same environment I started in. I've got my Word document that still has nothing on it because I have writer's block. I've got my icons with the applications that I use. And let's say I want to change things. Maybe I want to move some icons around, or I want to change the wallpaper. I can do all those things just like I'm using a local computer. The End Workspace client also passes the local printers that are connected to your computer up into the cloud environment. So without any configuration, I've already got my printer, which is sitting next to me, available for printing right here. You can see you have your desktop, you have your documents just like you're used to, and all of that stuff is stored on a mapped H. This H drive is in your desktop. Documents, downloads are all stored. This is a drive that is you and other people do not have access to it. There's also a shared I drive, which is shared by users. There are options to who can access what, but generally it's used for collaborating and sharing with your and colleagues and keeping company data in one centralized secure location. You can think of this as a file server in the cloud. Another thing that's worth talking about is audio and video. So relaying audio and playing an audio clip or a phone call or watching a video in the cloud session will likely work, but it likely won't be as high quality as it would be if you were running it locally. As if there's a YouTube video or a Skype call you need to make or a video chat or something like that, cloud environment, and you run that locally. Over the next 30, 60, and 90 days, your IT team is going to be tweaking this environment to work for your specific situation. That means that as you start using this, there are likely things you're going to find that you'd like to be different. Maybe there's a new application you need, or an application doesn't behave the way you want to. Please bring those things up and submit them to your IT team so they can build the environment to support your usage of it. Without that feedback, it's going to be hard for them to build an environment that fits your needs. Once your IT team gets this environment dialed in, a top-performing, very secure, backed-up environment to do all of your computing, to store your data, and to do your communications. It should allow you to get your job done from wherever you are and on any device you happen to be on. This video was specific to Windows environments, and while almost everything about that is also true for Macs and a variety of devices, iPads and Android devices, There are slightly different connection methods, and you should talk to your IT team about getting those set up. Thanks so much, and welcome to the cloud.